All right, we're going to continue with 1.5. This is the max level multi-step. Okay, and we're going to add, basically what we're going to add is broken problems. Okay, so the first problem I'm going to do is not going to be broken. So I want you to do that so we can have a good example in your notes of a difficult problem. And again, this is as hard as it gets. And this one has a trick to it, and I'm adding that so you can have an example of making this straight. Of that trick. The problem is this guy right here. To avoid confusion, I would rewrite it like this. Now you know that you're supposed to distribute a -1, right? So make sure you get that done correctly. Those are the little bitty things that are the difference between getting wrong answers and right answers. So try to work this down all the way, showing your work. If you've been working hard showing your work all along, it's really paying off at this point. So just keep it up. We will have assignments in the future that you don't have to show a lot of work. Just varies. So this is probably going to be a -1, because -1 times 1 is -1. This is probably going to be a -8, because -1 times 8 is a -8, so -8. Okay. Combine like terms, maybe. I don't actually have to write that down yet, but I felt like it. Combine like terms. It'd be these guys here. So that'd be a -12x -1. Okay, be careful. Put it in your calculator if you need it. Just put negative. You can put -4 plus a -8, or you can put -4 minus 8. Either way, you're going to get -12. Now I'm supposed to write this down. Okay. So I'm going to add 12x. Add 12x. That is ridiculous. That symbol is supposed to be a plus. 37 plus what? 19x equals -1. Subtract 37, subtract 37. So I get 19x equals -38. And if I did this correctly, it's going to equal, is that right? You can't see it. Okay, that's as hard as it gets, right? All right. So now we're going to go back to the warm-up problem. That's just ugly. That is ugly. I don't know why I did that. Let's fix it. There we go. Less ugly. Still ugly. All right. Anyways. So this was the warm-up problem. And this problem we had problems with. It didn't quite make sense. Okay, so we can work this like normal, and hopefully that's what you did. I guess I don't have to write that yet, but I did. Well, that is terrible. Let me write this correctly. -40 plus 1, so that's -x, 8x, minus 39. Okay, and then here's where we have problems. Okay, I'm supposed to get rid of an x on one side, so I'm supposed to get rid of this one right here. That cancels. Negative 8 plus 8, 0. Negative 8 plus 8 is going to be 0. It cancels. It's gone. My x has disappeared. This is all that's left. Okay, how can I solve for the x's if the x's are gone? So this problem is broken, isn't it? Now, is that true? Negative 39 does equal negative 39, doesn't it? So it's not totally broken, but it's kind of broken. So anytime that this happens, we're going to get a special answer. And in this case, the special answer is all real numbers. That means you can put any number for x and you'll get the same, it will be true. So you can guess 2, and if I put 2 and substitute 2 here and 2 here, it will work. I can guess 7, I can guess 9. It is all real numbers will work in this case. This is just, and the nice thing about it is once I determine that these canceled, I'm done with the problem. Okay, so here's a little chart on how you're going to do things, and I'm going to do one more sample problem of this. So, if the left equals the right, we're going to put all real numbers. If the left does not equal the right, we're going to put no solution. Okay, is this going to be every single problem from this point on? It is not. Okay, it is not going to be every single problem from this point on. There will be some every once in a while that pop up. This particular worksheet, I'm going to tell you where it's going to be heavy on the broken problems. Okay, we're going to do one more broken problem. Okay, see if you can work this out. It's going to break. If it doesn't break, you did it wrong. First, probably you need to simplify the left, then simplify the right, and then start solving. Three x and 5x is 8x. 8 times 2 is 8 and negative 8 cancel. 8 and negative 8 cancel. What's left? 6 equals 16. Is that true? It's not true? So no solution. Okay. Is what I added hard? It's different. It's weird. It's adding broken problems. Are there ever broken problems in real life?
Yes.
Have you ever been playing a video game and all of a sudden you glitch through the floor?
No.
Okay. So some people yes, some people no. Glitch through a wall, glitch. You've heard the word that before. That is a broken problem. You can blame it on lag, but lag ultimately is the responsibility of the programmer to put in the math right. Okay? There's times where they make a wall like this in programming, and they're lazy. So they have a wall like this, and a wall like this. So there's a corner that you can sometimes get stuck in and slide through and disappear and fall, and you can look up and you can see the floor above you and you fall forever. You never die. But you... Okay. So these are just mathematical errors, because ultimately your video games are just math, right? Someone programs this to do this movement to do this, and they're just using math, and they're just doing that kind of stuff. And so in those cases, we're having problems like this, where there's no solution. The red ring of death on the Xbox, is that still a thing?
Yes.
That's a programmer error. That's a mathematical error. Okay? To make money nowadays, you've got to get stuff out fast, and so you don't always fix things, and they leave broken things in. And what do they do to fix broken things nowadays?
They recall it.
They release a patch, right? So a lot of times they'll release a first day patch to fix the problems that they had. And they basically put a Band-Aid on it. And if not enough people complain, they won't release a patch. They'll just let it stay broken. If only one person out of 1,000 people finds the broken part, they won't fix it. But if everybody complains about being broken and lights up the boards and complains about it, they'll fix it, right? All right, anyways, if you don't know that that's going on, it is.